There are songs that were out that were very popular, sold many records, played often by DJs and on jukeboxes, and maybe you even had the 45 or the album. A few songs were good, maybe lucky enough to make it to the number one spot, while so many others were not. Hi, I'm Mr. Mike. It's what the kids at church call me. And I was born in 1953, and I love the old music. And welcome to this episode of Good, but Not Quite Number One, the series where I cover the top 10 songs from a year in rock and roll history that never made it to the number one spot on the Billboard Pop Charts. They were good, but not quite good enough to be a number one song. In this episode, I'll be giving you the top 10 songs from 1962 that never made it to the number one position. And I get all my information for these rankings of these songs from the Billboard Year-End Hot 100 Singles listing as found on Wikipedia. So what I say in this video is not my opinion of how I would rank them, but how they are ranked by Billboard. Well, before we get into today's video, I hope you will give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and new subscribers to this channel are always welcome. I would love to have you. And I don't monetize any of these videos, just to let you know that. So, what were the top charting songs of 1962 that were good, but not quite number one? Well, we'll find out here in a minute. But first, let's go through the 21 songs from 62 that did make it to the number one spot. And I also made a video of all these number one songs from 62, link in description below. 62. To start the year 1962, we have The Lion Sleeps Tonight by The Tokens, The Twist by Chubby Checker, Peppermint Twist by Joey D and the Starlighters, Duke of Earl by Gene Chandler, Hey Baby by Bruce Chanel, Don't Break the Heart That Loves You by Connie Francis, Johnny Angel by Shelley Fabre, Good Luck Charm by Elvis Presley, Soldier Boy by the Shirelles, Stranger on the Shore by Mr. Acker Bilk, I Can't Stop Loving You by Ray Charles, The Stripper by David Rose and his orchestra, Roses Are Red, My Love by Bobby Vinton, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do by Neil Sedaka, The Locomotion by Little Eva, Sheila by Tommy Rowe, Sherry by the Four Seasons, Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crip Kickers, He's a Rebel by the Crystals, Big Girls Don't Cry by the Four Seasons, and our last number one hit for 1962 is Telstar by the Tornadoes. These were the 21 songs from 62 that hit the number one spot that kept other good songs from becoming a number one. So what were the top charting songs of 1962 that were good, but not quite number one? Are you ready? Let's get started. Our first top 10 song in 62 to never hit number one on the charts is Mashed Potato Time by Dee Dee Sharp. This song was written by Cal Mann and Bernie Lowe with backing vocals by the Orlons, who had their own number one hit song, The Wah-Wah-Toosie, in July of 62. 3 different songs are mentioned in the lyrics of this song. Please Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes, The Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Tokens, and Dear Lady Twist by Gary US Bonds, just to let you know you can do this new dance, the mashed potato, to all three of these songs. This song was the overall number 3 song for '62 and made it to the number 2 spot in May of that year, only to be topped by Soldier Boy by the Shirelles. Our second top 10 song in '62 to never hit the number 1 spot on the charts is Let Me In by the Sensations. The members of this Philadelphia doo-wop group at the time of this hit were Yvonne Mills Baker, Alphonso Howe, Richard Curtin, and Sam Armstrong. Let Me In was written by Yvonne Mills Baker and was the only song by the Sensations to ever break the Billboard Top 40. And I still remember my mother going around the house singing, "Wee-oo, wee-oo." The song was the overall number 8 song for 1962 and made it to number 4 in March of that year. Our third top song in '62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is The Wanderer by Dion. This song, written by Ernie Maresca, was actually the B-side of the record, with the A-side being a song titled The Majestic. The record was turned over by radio DJs who preferred The Wanderer over The Majestic. It turned out to be a big hit song for Dion, who by this time was no longer with the Belmonts. Later, Dion was quoted as saying about this song, and I quote, "It sounds like a lot of fun, but it's about going nowhere." Well, this song was the overall number 12 song for '62 and made it to the number 2 spot in February of that year, only to be topped by Duke of Earl by Gene Chandler. I tear open my shirt and I show a rosy on my chest, 'cause I'm a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer. I roam around. Our fourth top song in '62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is Palisades Park by Freddie Boom Boom Cannon. Written by Chuck Barris, who was the host of the mid-'70s talent show The Gong Show, this song is a tribute to New Jersey's Palisade Amusement Park. In the song, the singer takes a walk after dark and discovers Palisades Park, where he meets and falls in love with a girl. And like the previous song, The Wanderer, this tune was the B-side of the record, with the tune June, July, and August as the A-side. A radio DJ from Flint, Michigan played the B-side, Palisades Park, and it became the best-selling song for Freddie Boom Boom Cannon. This song was the overall number 14 song for 1962 and made it to the number 3 spot in June of that year. Our fifth top song in '62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is Wolverton Mountain by Claude King. This song opens with a recounting of a legendary warning to the listener not to go on Wolverton Mountain, as its inhabitant, Clifton Clowers, who is handy with a gun and a knife, poses a lethal threat to anyone who tries to approach his beautiful daughter, whose tender lips are sweeter than honey. If a stranger attempts to enter, Clowers is alerted by the bears and the birds. The narrator has decided to defy Clowers and climb the mountain despite the pending danger. Well, what happens next? Go listen to the song and find out. This song was the overall number 16 song for 62 and made it to number 6 in July of that year.
Tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there.
Our 6th top song in 62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is Slow Twistin' by Chubby Checker with Dee Dee Sharp. In 1960, Chubby Checker introduced the world to the twist. It was a number 1 song in 1960 and again in 1962. John Sheldon wrote Slow Twistin' as a slower version of the twist, and you didn't have to move as fast. Hey, I had the 45, and I always wondered who the female singer was on this track. The answer is that Dee Dee Sharp is the singer, but was uncredited on the single and on early albums. This song was the overall number 17 song for 62 and made it to number 3 in April. Our 7th top song in 62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is It Keeps Right On A-Hurtin' by Johnny Tillotson. This song was covered by many major artists, including Bobby Darin, Shelley Fabares, Dean Martin, Billy Joe Royal, Elvis Presley, Margaret Whiting, Wanda Jackson, and even Slim Whitman. It was nominated for a Grammy for the Best Country and Western Song for 62, but lost to the song Funny Way of Laughing by Burl Ives. The song was the overall number 18 song for 62 and made it to number 3 in June.
Only tears instead, and it keeps right on a-hurtin' since you're gone.
Our 8th top song in 62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is The One Who Really Loves You by Mary Wells. The song, written by Smokey Robinson, talks about a woman who's telling her boyfriend not to fall for other girls because they don't want him and their love isn't true, but hers is. So she's telling him that he better wake up before they break up. The background vocals are provided by The Love Tones, featuring Carl Jones, Joe Miles, and Stan Braceley, and the music provided by the Funk Brothers. The song was the overall number 19 song for 62 and made it to the number 8 spot in June of that year. Our 9th top song in 62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is the instrumental Midnight in Moscow by Kenny Ball and his Jasmine. The song was written in 1955 with lyrics, and it was originally titled Leningrad Nights. It is a Soviet patriotic song. The lyrics were shown in Cyrillic script as the vanity card on Season 10, Episode 18, titled The Escape Hatch Identification on the TV show The Big Bang Theory, which aired on March 9th, 2017. The song was the overall number 21 song for 62 and made it to number 2 in March of that year, only to be topped by Hey Baby by Bruce Chanel. And our 10th top song in 62 to never hit number 1 on the charts is Twistin' the Night Away by Sam Cooke. The song, written by Sam Cooke, made it to the number 1 spot on Billboard's R&B chart. The musicians on this track were the Wrecking Crew out of Los Angeles. In 1973, Rod Stewart released a cover version of the song, which only made it to the number 59 spot. And I wonder if Maggie liked this version of his song. This song was the overall number 23 song for 62 and made it to number 9 in March of that year.
She's moving up and back. Oh man, there ain't nothing like twisting the night away. Yeah, twisting.
There they are, the top 10 hit songs from the US Billboard Pop Charts from the year 1962 to never make it to the number 1 spot. So, which one, in my musical opinion, is my top song from the 10 songs that were good but not quite number 1? That would be The Wanderer by Dion. It's got a great beat to it, and it makes you want to get up and dance. And it's in my iTunes playlist. What about you? If you were at a diner and you only had one dime to play one song, which almost number 1 song would you play? Leave your favorite song in the comments below. Well, I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, revisiting hit songs from 1962. Come back again when I take us through another year in rock and roll history and look at the top 10 hit songs from that year that never made it to the number 1 spot. This is Mr. Mike, and I'll see you next time in our next exciting episode of Good But Not Quite Number 1. And remember, play your music loud.